Hi guys, welcome to this video. So what I want to show you guys today is some of the Heresy army I've been working on, and this particular item is something I wanted to show you guys today. So what I want to do first is explain what I'm doing. So I decided at the end of the year I wanted to get into Horus Heresy, but I am poor and I also have an unhealthy obsession with working with styrene, and because of that I decided to basically do something which was try and make a completely 100% styrene Horus Heresy army. So not buying any of the upgrade packs from Forge World, try and use my cutting machine to get some cool details, and yeah, and build it. So I've managed to make some breaches, of which I've made the shields. I'll be putting up a video of that very soon. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. If you've been watching my my Instagram, you'll have seen pictures of those guys up there already. But what I want to show you guys today is this bad boy, and I've also got a second one which is in the process of being constructed, so I can show you basically how the whole thing was built with that piece as well. So let's have a look. Right, so this is it here. There's a lot going on here. So custom 3D decals there, which I've basically made out of 0.25mm styrene. This isn't finished being painting yet. It hasn't finished being painted yet. I'm still working on it. Again, the same there. There's like 3 layers of 0.25mm styrene there. Nice big logo there, which needs to be finished painting. So the general gist of this is it is a Land Raider from Games Workshop. So it's the plastic one. And a lot needed to be done to get it into this state. So what I'm trying to do basically is make a Land Raider Proteus, which is why you can see this this third twin-linked las cannon in the middle there. And what the Proteus looks like is something like this. So this is a little epic Land Raider Proteus. As you can see, it's quite tall, something I didn't really manage with this. It's got the little las guns on the side there, which are on a round mount on the latest Forge World one, and yeah, it basically doesn't have the hatch at the front, which is I've managed to get around that by basically sticking this massive dozer blade on the front, which again is made out of handmade out of styrene. Fairly simple thing to do. Right, so to show you more on this, I'm going to need to bring in his unfinished brother. Try not to destroy him in the process. Here. So I'll start off with the tracks. In fact, it's probably easier to show you the tracks. Oh, his bottom's fallen out. Show you the tracks on this guy here. So to make the tracks, basically, they are 4 layers of 0.25mm styrene. In fact, you can see there where some of the layers are come apart. So I'm going to need to go back into that with some poly cement and make that look nice and tidy. 4 layers. The underside layer is one solid piece, one strip essentially, with these sort of bits cut out every centimetre. And then there's 2 layers of solid, and then there's 1 layer which adds these 4 dints and gives the tracks these nice details and really finish it off nicely. And then these bits here that are looking quite quite rough and ready when you actually look at them close up is basically just I think it was 3mm tube of styrene chopped into small sections and then chopped in half, and then I just figured out bits that looked similar thicknesses to each other and stuck them on, and that gives you that effect there. So that's the tracks. The underside here, you'll see that I basically just cut them into individual sections and laid them out to fill the gaps. That'll be painted. I'm not going to put any of the texture on it, or certainly not the joins, the hinges, if you will, because that's just completely wasted. They haven't put any effort into painting or detailing the bottom of a Land Raider, so I'm not going to put any detail into painting it. I'll probably just hit that with silver and give this a bit of a dry brush and finish off that bit there. But that's where it stands at the moment. So those among you will be recognising several bits on this kit. The other thing that I can show you on this guy that I can't show you on the other one is these side turrets. Now these, as you'll see if I put it like that, are the top turrets off a Razorback, or the gun that's supposed to go here on the Land Raider. All I've done is I've left the las cannons on their side. I think it looks quite cool. Added some of the pipe work to the bottom there, as you can see. still needs to be painted. And then on the top I've put these little targeters there and there, and obviously left off the armoured side on it as well. And it gives quite a nice approximation to how they look on the proper Forge World model. Right then, here we go. So this is how it all goes together. This is falling apart. So in here you can see there's little wheels, and if I do that you can see that there's detail on them. There's basically little holes and things. Again, they are four layers of 0.25mm styrene, all layered up, each one with different detailing on to give the wheels. Same on the inside here. The sort of small wheels, medium-sized wheel, and then a big wheel at the back here. I've tried to make it so that they match up with the center of these points here, and failed miserably. But that's basically all I did to these side bits. Is I put the wheels on, which I've, in these instances you can see here, I basically chopped them in half and used the two halves next to each other. A little bit more complicated to do this bit here. But that is how the sides go. There's a bit of plasticard that I've cut to go over this bit here, which has a curve at the top, which then guides the bit that I've put over the top of the turrets, which add a lot of character to the model. That bit there. So that again is about 4 layers of 0.25mm styrene stuck together. The edges sanded to make them look good. The engine. So the engine I have on the other one, I've taken off that skull because this is 30k. You don't need skulls on everything. I took off the top of the stacks and replaced them. Again, the white is being washed out by the camera, so I replaced them with these bad boys here. So I've tried to cut the holes or drill the holes at as regular intervals as I could. And then this is basically just styrene tube put inside itself. So that's how that works. Now, this bit here is a little bit different. So this needs some proper tidying up before I fully build it. This section here is the back of the Land Raider, and that usually has the bits on the front of it which go over the tracks like that, one on either side. So, and it was quite tricky to actually cut this here. You can see I've gone in a bit too far there. Essentially what I've done is I've cut those bits off the side, which is quite tricky to do. I've covered up the hole there, which helps with that, and I've glued a little strip of styrene in there to give it the right spacing, and then stuck it like that, so that the one goes on top of the other. And that gives the top sort of shell for the Land Raider. Then I've just stuck a piece on top there to replace all the hinges. Oh, I carved off the hinges on the front here as well, which you can see there. Needs some tidying up. Basically trying to make it look like this isn't a door anymore, but essentially. I've built up this area inside there so that it covers up the, basically this went down and up and there was a round circle in there. This section on the top here is actually the top of one of the sponsons off the side of the Land Raider. So there's that, and obviously the hatch is just a hatch. So I'm not gluing these on because essentially what I can do is I can use these as the pintle mounted weapon mounts for the vehicle if I decide to add any. So this bit here is a little bit rough, but what I've found is that when I put the tracks on, like this, you can't really see down there or down there. And that's brilliant because I haven't really tied it up to any great degree, and it's hidden quite well, as you can see. One last thing I did was on the back of the engines here. You can't really see it unless I put some shade on it. There we go. I've just built this up, and what that does is it supports the back section here, because this was supposed to go into that hole there. There's supposed to be something which goes in there. But what I did is I took that off, and I've made it so that it balances just on this little cutout there. And yeah, tied it up by adding this solid piece there. And that is essentially it, I think. And then it's just a matter of adding the doors and the details, and I need to get more of these turrets. I took some of the las guns that are supposed to be on these turrets and chopped them down and added these round bits here. I haven't painted this bit, as you can see. Just gave it a bit of a prime. That needs to be painted up, and that works quite nicely as a sort of hull-mounted las gun on the front there. I don't know what else to say. I think I've covered everything. I'm really chuffed with the way this has come out. It looks quite nice on the table, as you can see. There's still quite a bit of work to be done in terms of painting that, and also a load of work to be done on getting the other one ready as well. Yeah, and obviously I need to hit the sides of there. Probably add some more styrene to the bottom and hit it with the silver as well, just to finish it off, because that looks a bit odd down there. Yeah. Right, that's basically what I wanted to cover. If you've got any questions at all about the Plastic Heresy project, I've saved an awful lot of money in not buying resin, simply because I can't afford I can't afford the resin at the moment. I've spent a lot on armies in the past, but I didn't have kids and I didn't have my current illnesses, so yeah, I can't really get away with that anymore. Right then, let me know what you think of this bad boy. If you think there's any improvements I should make when I build the second one, please let me know. Otherwise, keep up with me in between videos here. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Stay well, guys.